When you went to our store, or when you said you put a pair of boots on, and people can identify some aspects of your characteristics, um, my weird, let's say, guilty pleasure is spending time traveling the world in different cities, people watching, um, because it's the best way, and the creatives are like that I work with and that I've worked with to just get a sense of style and how people are dressing and what I wonder what they're doing tonight or what they're do you know what I mean, I wonder where she's going dressed in that beautiful dress and a pair of loafers. I wonder what he's doing wearing that Nirvana t-shirt and a pair of ripped jeans and a pair of 1460 boots that look like they haven't been cleaned in 30 years. Like, do you know what I mean? These things are really great points of inspiration, first and foremost. The second thing
I love that.
is the second thing is the archive. So we have an archive in Camden that is full of shoes from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, early 2010, stuff I've never seen before, samples that we made that never went to market. There's things in there that are really unique, half-made shoes, different soles, all these different things that generations before me worked on. And we've got this amazing archivist and amazing legal team that spend a lot of time scouring the world as we travel. And using those two areas are the things that I always start with. Because the great thing about Docs is that because it's a timeless design, you don't necessarily need to look at all the other stuff that's going out in the market because it's the people that wear it and style it that make it cool. Do you know what I mean? That's the reason why the boot has kind of kept itself and it's those around it make it cool. But then knowing that you've created product off that and you've got it in the archive and you can look back and, oh, that's a really cool little detail on that shoe. How do we bring that back and make that a bigger thing? Do you know what I mean? Oh, no one's ever thought about that. It's kind of these little areas of theory that we work within and that I find the most exhilarating to kind of use as points of reference.
I want to go. Is that like a secret vault, kind of like the recipe for Coca-Cola? Like nobody can go unless you sign like, you know what I mean? Is it like
Nobody
that?
can. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah, no, the
Oh,
money joint's
darn
not
it.
really. I mean,
Darn.
anyone anyone that wants to come through and visit the archive, and we also still have a factory in the UK as well, where we make factory our made in England collection that have people that have worked there for 40 years or 30 years that remember how the first pairs were ever made. They're the sources of inspiration because they're the ones that retain certain elements of knowledge that you would never get from, do you know what I mean? A trend book. I don't believe in trends. We create trends. I mean, I don't follow them. Does that make sense? And we
Yeah, I
kind of,
mean, do you,
do you know what I mean?
it totally makes sense. Do you have recordings of their stories? I mean, does anybody working on that?
Yeah,
It's kind of like when you
yeah, yeah.
is there someone, I mean, it's like people that go and make sure they record the language that's never been spoken by anybody ever again. And it's like there's one person left that speaks that language. Does somebody doing that for Dr. Martens with these people?
Well, there's an element of um, retention of information. Do you know what I mean? We're doing something around trying to collate and work with the ones that worked here in the 90s and reach back out.